Hi, it's me, xtine, and today I'm going to make marinated grilled tofu, which I've actually never made before, but I think I have a plan, and I think it's gonna go well. We'll see. There's Mark setting up the grill. There's nothing like slicing open a fresh tub of extra firm tofu. It needs to be extra firm for grilling, and before we can do anything, we need to drain the water from this bad boy. Please hold. That's better. But it's not dry enough yet. Before we can do anything with the tofu, we need to press it to squeeze out all the excess wetness. They sell gadgets that do this, aptly named the tofu press, but I don't have one of those. Instead, I always wrap my tofu in a clean dish towel and set a cast iron pan on top. I use the cast iron pan because it's heavy. Any heavy object will do the job. One tofu recipe I followed recommended a heavy cookbook, which technically worked, but was not ideal because the book did get wet. I don't recommend it. While the tofu rests, I'm going to make the marinade, beginning with apple cider vinegar. We need 2 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar, which will add a nice tart acidity to our marinade. So naturally, next, in order to balance that out, I'm going to add maple syrup. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the maple syrup as well, which will give this a little natural sweetness and some manganese. A mineral. Science. Can you believe it? Also, it's delicious. Next, soy sauce. And I always buy the reduced sodium kind because I literally can't taste the difference and it feels like I'm making a healthy choice. And big surprise here, try not to freak out, we're adding 2 tablespoons of this as well. Now I present you with this lemon. I love having lemons on hand. I recently joined Costco and it's been very satisfying to have a big bag of lemons in my possession. Makes me feel safe. I'm adding 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And this is 4 cloves of garlic that I minced up in my garlic press, and I'm adding that as well. Let's finish this off with a little seasoning. First, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And I prefer almost everything I make have a little kick to it. So you know I'm adding some Aleppo chili pepper. Not gonna measure, just gonna feel it out. Whisk to combine. The tofu has been pressing for roughly 30 minutes, so it's time to unwrap this now soggy dish towel and it should be ready to work with. For grilling, I'm going to slice the tofu into slabs that are, 1/4 of an inch in thickness. You can see how thick I'm making them. I don't think you would want them to be too much thicker than this because the tofu to marinade ratio would be off when you grill them, and everything I do is about optimizing for the perfect bite. That's what my whole life is about. Now that my tofu is sliced into cutlets, I'm going to grab a Tupperware that I will marinate the tofu in. My plan is to arrange these in an even layer on the bottom of the container, but it doesn't need to be perfect. And like most things in life, it won't be. It is what it is. I'm going to pour the marinade we made over top, making sure that all the tofu gets hit with it, and scraping out any seasoning that's left in the bowl. I did a little shifting things around to make sure all the tofu is sufficiently wet with marinade, and then I'm going to seal this baby up with an airtight lid and flip it upside down to really coat the tofu once more. We need to let this marinate for a few hours, and then it's time to grill. So I take you now to our backyard where it's all about to go down. We have thoroughly greased this grill tray that we're placing the tofu cutlets on so they won't stick. In order to maximize flavor, we are brushing on the extra marinade juice that was left in the container. Pay no attention to the salmon on the grill. And after a few minutes, we gave them a flip, and look at the beautiful brown color that's beginning to develop here. What a thrill. And yes, Mark was simultaneously grilling salmon. After flipping, we brushed on more of the marinade, officially punching our tickets to Flavor Town. And then we still had more juice left, so we brushed them one more time. As the old proverb goes, waste not, want not, and this marinade shall not be wasted.
We did it, everybody!
We did it.
Time for plating. I made some white rice to serve this with, and I'm going to start with 3 tofu cutlets and see how I do. Visually, they are stunning, in my opinion, and I'm super excited. I think it came out pretty good. It looks great, let's be honest. There were some extracurricular activities that happened here. I did roast some broccoli. It's not burnt, it's caramelized. There's a lot of rich spices on there, a little baharat, a little Aleppo chili pepper, chili powder, you know me. I loaded up with the spice, so that's why it's kind of a dark color, but don't worry about the broccoli. We're here to taste the tofu. I'll try a piece with no rice to start, to get the full effect. Okay, it's pretty great. It's got a lot of flavor. The soy sauce and the garlic and the apple cider vinegar are really coming through. Does it need this much rice? I don't think so. And a little roasted broccoli on the side? Who doesn't love that? It's really good. I'm so happy. This is my first time grilling tofu. And I'm always wondering, as a vegetarian, what I should be grilling. I've tried cauliflower. Sometimes, you know, I'll do a vegan dog. I'll do your Impossible Burger, what have you. Tofu.